Well, my time in Acapulco has come to an end. It's time for me to get underway and head to La Crucecita. And the weather window looks really good, although it is over New Year's. So Sunday is New Year's Eve and Monday is New Year's Day, which actually works out pretty good because if I had arrived on either of those 2 days, well, maybe the office wouldn't be open. So I'll arrive Tuesday morning. Let me show you this. My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. All right, well, I'm underway from Acapulco. It's going to be a 3-day affair to get to La Crucecita. 3 nights and 3 days. So it's going to be a long one. So I think the name of the game on this one is going to be just conserving my energy and trying to stay even keeled. Acapulco, yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty darn good. I'm glad I came. It was worth seeing everything post Otis. It was kind of crazy being the only cruisers here. I think that certainly added some complexity to it. I can see why cruisers don't come. It's too bad because this is obviously when they need it, but it was eye-opening. I hope it was as eye-opening for you as it was for me. Take a look at last week's episode if you haven't seen it, because it's pretty shocking. And there's the mouth of Bahia de Acapulco. We're headed out there. Really no wind. It's morning, you know. Here in the morning it's pretty calm, it's pretty nice, pretty benign conditions, so ideal for getting out there. In a crossing situation here with this sport fisher coming out of the marina area. He's probably going to hug the coast and head out. Won't be an issue for me at all. The east side of the bay, the hotel district. Spent some time over there. This port call is pretty great. So it begins. Oh yeah. Well, now that I'm out of the bay, I got some wind. I'm sailing, baby. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on day 1. You know, when I first got out of Bahia de Acapulco, I had pretty good wind, but when the wind died, the sea state just got lumpy, and there was no wind, but just a really confused, lumpy kind of sea, which has Frog's Leap hobby horsing. Hobby horsing is when, you know, the bow comes up, the stern is coming down, and then when the bow falls, the stern's coming up. So you've just got this up, down like this. It's tough to move around the boat when the boat is doing that. So I'm just in the V berth trying to conserve my energy, and I think that's really the best you can do. So yeah, motoring through it, powering through it, and trying to conserve my energy here in the V berth. So, you know, this is day one of a 3-day, 3-night passage. So, you know, marshaling my energy and being able to allocate, you know, that energy across those 3 days and 3 nights is important. And you can see as I pan the camera across the V-berth, the camera can't help but move with the bow of the boat. And oh, my coconut tidbits. Yeah, my favorite underway snack. Well, one of them. So I have a meeting situation developing with what looks like a pretty big boat going 9 knots. I called them on the radio. They said they'd maneuver, so I'm just going to maintain my course and speed, and we'll see how it plays out. The AIS has him CVDR with a CPA of like 0. So see if I can give you a picture of him as he gets closer. He's kind of out in the distance right now, but so right there he's about 5 miles away. Well, that was pretty great. My AIS picked that up on the 24-mile range and gave me plenty of time to work out passing arrangements with this guy. As he gets closer, it's pretty clear he's a big, deep draft vessel, and definitely don't want any part of this guy. And as I'm gearing up to do this starboard to starboard meeting with motor vessel Jose Ma Morelo, I've got some dolphin out here playing around. They're not dancing around the bow like they do. I think they're just feeding, but it's cool to see them out here anyway. I tell you what, another thing I'm happy about is the sea state has mellowed out. I'm not getting any of the hobby horsing that I was getting before. All right, there is the motor vessel Jose Ma Morelos II. Tanker, Mexican flagged. Talked to him on the radio. Came port a little bit to open up CPA to 1,600 yards, and starboard to starboard. So this is what it looks like. Not quite at CPA yet, but yeah, it went real smooth. A little bit of Spanglish going on the radio. I need to focus on getting my radio, my Spanish radio skills a little better for sure. Well, it's time to take in the day one sunset. Well, good morning on day 2, and I'm on track and doing good. Just kind of putzing along, trying to make a target speed of about 3.3. Very easy pace, 72-hour trip, and so not a lot of wind, but still able to sail. Nice morning. I don't know how long it'll last. Doesn't really matter. It's just nice to be sailing. Well, it's day 2, and I just finished lunch, and we're sailing, which is great. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Got a real gentle following sea. We're looking at probably maybe 11 knots of wind right now. No, maybe 12, 11 to 12 knots. Really nice. Well, it's been fair winds and following seas all day today. Can't beat that with a stick. A couple more hours and got a sunset to enjoy. Well, it's the end of day 2 and the sunset's right behind me. It's morning of day 3. It's New Year's Day. First day of 2024. And I've got a beautiful sunrise behind me and dolphins in the water. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on day 3, and I got about 4 knots of wind, not really enough for me to be sailing. What wind I do have is coming off the starboard quarter here, and off the port quarter we have an overtaking situation. Motor vessel Chaquita Progress. Again, the only reason I know the name is because it's coming up on my AIS. But you might be able to see it a little bit, but on the horizon there. So I'm going to maintain course of speed and let this Chaquita progress right on past me. Oh yeah, here she is, the Chaquita Progress. Maybe she's moving plantains around the world. Well, I'm coming to the end of day 3. Of course, I still have to do night 3, so I'm not quite out of the woods yet, and I'm not quite there, and I didn't make really good time today. But hey, I got a sunset to enjoy. Oh yeah. Nice evening though. Boy, once the sun starts going down, take the shirt off, it just feels I mean, because when the sun's out and the shirt's on for sun protection, you know, that shirt is totally soaked and sweaty. And 50 more miles in that direction and I'll be at La Crucecita. So here's the sunset how I normally see it, you know, when I'm at the galley or I'm inside the Swan looking out. It's not bad. .651 here in the Gulf of Tehuantepec. Yeah, I'm in the northern part, just kind of entered the Gulf here and trying to get into the port. And I should be there next 4 hours, maybe 5. The sea state has been building as I get deeper into the Gulf. I'll try to capture these rollers on camera, but there's just it's so difficult, you know, that camera just does such a bad job of capturing them, but you will see the bow going up and down as it rides these rollers. So I think you'll get a good sense for it. So these swells are coming from, you know, that huge surge of wind that comes through the gap in the Gulf of Tehuantepec, and these residual swells. You know, as I get closer and start making my way into the port, I'll try to capture as much video as I can. But whoo, we got a sunrise. Yeah, I'm on the north coast of the Gulf of Tehuantepec right now. That was crazy. I looked up and there were all these dolphins just going crazy, and I started rolling film, and I'd set the camera down and I'd pick it back up, and because they'd go again, and half the time I thought I'd press record and it wasn't recording. Oh, it's so hard. You try it so hard to get the best footage, but hopefully it's pretty good. You know, we'll have to see what I got. But man, I have never seen them jump like that, where they jump straight out and they do this twist as fast as they can. I've never seen that before, and they were doing it over and over, and it was pretty cool. That's three nights with minimal sleep. It'll do it to you. Yeah. Starting to see some other small recreational vessels out here, so that's a good sign. It means I'm in the right place. Well, look at that. I didn't expect to see a big cruise ship here. I don't know what I expected. I've never been here before. Shouldn't have had any expectations at all, I suppose. Wow. So I'm going to finish this video off with this cool time-lapse video of the inbound transit to Marina Chauwe. So when a vessel hasn't or couldn't make advance arrangements for a slip, the procedure is to sail into the marina as I'm doing here, and then security will notice the unfamiliar boat and will come out and greet the boat and point the captain to an available slip. I'm approaching the turning basin now, and I can see the security guard making his way down the docks. I thought the placement of this yellow buoy was kind of strange. It kind of obstructs the ability to turn here. And then to complicate matters a little further, right about here is when my overheat alarm started sounding. I was pleading with the security guard to let me grab the nearest slip available. He was having none of that. I started nosing into a slip here, but the security guard made his displeasure very clear. I had to apologize to my motor. Oh, there's my slip. Doug, one of my new slip neighbors, could hear the alarm and see that I was in potential trouble here, so he came over to help me with my lines and help me get moored up. Thank you, Doug. You're a legend, man. For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frog's Leap on Instagram.